You wake up early, you go to work, you stay busy all day. You're doing everything right. At least, that's what you were told. Work hard, stay consistent, be responsible. And yet, your bank account tells a different story. You're still stressed about money, still waiting for the next paycheck, still wondering why it never feels like enough. So what's going wrong? Is it the economy? Is it bad luck? Or is it something deeper? Because the truth is, most people are not broke because they're lazy. They're broke because they're following a system that was never designed to make them wealthy. And once you understand this, you'll never look at money the same way again. 1. The biggest lie about money. Let's start with the biggest lie you've been told your entire life. Work hard and you'll become successful. It sounds right. It feels right. But in reality, it's incomplete. Working hard can help you survive. It can help you pay your bills. It can even give you a comfortable life. But it does not guarantee wealth. Because wealth is not created by effort alone. Think about this. There are millions of people working 10 to 12 hours a day. Construction workers, delivery drivers, nurses. They work incredibly hard. But most of them are not rich. Why? Because hard work is only one part of the equation. If effort alone created wealth, then the hardest working people would be the richest. But that's not how the world works. 2. You are trapped in the income cycle. Most people live inside something called the income cycle. Here's how it works. You trade your time for money. You get paid at the end of the week or month. You use that money to pay bills, rent, food, and expenses. Then the cycle repeats, over and over again. You're not building wealth, you're maintaining survival. And the biggest problem? If you stop working, the money stops too. That means your income is directly tied to your time, and time is limited. No matter how hard you work, you only have 24 hours in a day. So your earning potential always has a ceiling. That's why people feel stuck. They're running faster, but not moving forward. 3. The system was never built for you to get rich. This is something most people never realize. The system you're living in is designed for stability, not wealth. Jobs are built to give you predictable income, enough to survive, enough to stay comfortable, but not enough to break free. You are rewarded for being consistent, not for thinking differently. You are trained to follow instructions, not to question the system. And slowly, without even realizing it, you get used to living within limits. You stop asking bigger questions. You stop taking risks. You start believing, this is just how life is. 4. Lifestyle inflation is keeping you stuck. Now let's talk about one of the biggest traps, lifestyle inflation. Every time your income increases, your expenses increase with it. You get a raise, you feel good, so you upgrade your life. Better phone, better clothes, better car, better apartment. And suddenly, you're back to the same situation. No savings, no investments, no progress. It feels like you're moving forward, but you're actually standing still. Because instead of using extra income to build wealth, you're using it to increase your lifestyle. And that cycle never ends. 5. You focus on income, not assets. This is where the real difference lies. Most people focus only on income. How can I earn more money? But wealthy people ask a different question. How can I make money without working for it every day? That's where assets come in. Assets are things that generate income for you. They work even when you're not working. Examples include investments, businesses, digital products, real estate. The key idea is simple. Instead of always working for money, you build systems where money works for you. If your entire life depends on your next paycheck, you will always feel pressure. But if you build assets, you create freedom. 6. Financial education is missing. Here's another major issue. Nobody taught you how money actually works. You went to school. You learned math, science, history. But you were never taught how to manage money, how to invest, how to build wealth, how to avoid financial mistakes. So what happens? People learn through trial and error, and mistakes with money are expensive. You might spend years figuring out things that should have been taught early, and by the time you understand, you've already lost time. 7. The time trap. Let's go deeper. Your income depends on your time. That means more money equals more time spent working. But there's a problem. You cannot scale time. You can't double your hours. You can't work 48 hours in a day. So eventually, you hit a limit. This is called the time trap. You are stuck trading time for money, and there's no way to multiply your efforts. That's why many people feel exhausted. They're working harder than ever, but their financial situation barely improves. 8. The illusion of security. A stable job feels safe. You get a paycheck. You know what to expect. But this security is often an illusion, because your income depends on a single source. If something happens to that source, everything changes. True financial security doesn't come from a job. It comes from diversification, multiple income streams, multiple sources of money. That's what reduces risk. 9. The mindset shift. At some point, something has to change. You cannot solve a financial problem with the same thinking that created it. You don't need to work harder. You need to think differently. Here's the shift. Stop focusing only on earning. Start focusing on building. Stop increasing expenses. Start controlling them. Stop relying on one source. Start creating multiple. Stop thinking short-term. Start thinking long-term. These changes may seem small, but over time, they create massive results. 10. Small steps, big impact. You don't need to become rich overnight. You just need to move in the right direction. Start small. Learn about money. Track your expenses. Save consistently. Invest gradually. Build habits that support growth. Because wealth is not built in one big moment. It is built through small, consistent actions repeated over time. So here's the truth. You're not broke because you're lazy. You're broke because you were taught to play a game that doesn't lead to wealth. Working hard is not enough anymore. You need a better system, a better strategy, a better understanding of money. And once you start changing how you think, everything else begins to change too. In the next video, we'll break down exactly how to start building assets even if you're starting from zero. Make sure you subscribe, because once you understand how money really works, you stop surviving and start growing.